Hey everyone, before I get started, I just want to remind you that if you like my content, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and then join the Militiaman and Crew Patreon community by clicking the link in the caption. Hello, good afternoon. Today is the Saturday, the 15th, and I'm glad to be here. It's Militiaman. We have a few things to go over, and I think we're just going to relatively be brief. Looks like the first thing we want to talk about is the Ministry of Finance today has a quote out that says Iraq possesses the requirements of a strong economy. And I think that we all know that that's probably the case, especially with all the business they've been having, all the contracts they've been dealing with. Uh-oh. Oh, you okay? All right. Anyway, Winnie's here today, and she just made an appearance, but she's fine. She was in the window, but we'll get back to the news. So here, you sit here and be a good kitty cat, or don't. So, sorry, you guys. Hey, back to the news. Is that the Ministry of Finance, Taif Sami, summarized her ministry's steps. Has been doing steps towards the program to advance the Iraqi economy, and what they're doing is in various international financial institutions are supporting a consolidation. They're trying to get balanced, and they're looking at stable financial economic systems. So basically, Iraq is part of that process that is going to facilitate this new environment that we're dealing with. And that's going to be going to a market economy. The government themselves, what they're utilizing is going to be a platform that basically pushes the wheel of economic advance for the country. And it's going to provide opportunities for the citizens. It's going to create lower unemployment, a new environment, a better environment for employment. All of these different things are going to be happening. Basically, was the woman is basically stating is that she's ready and geared to go to a market economy. So earlier on, we've seen that Al-Alak, the central bank governor, met with the International Finance Corporation and the World Bank. And we saw Al-Sudani, the prime minister, met with the same group of people. And now she's basically signing those deals. She's the legal entity for Iraq in the finance ministry. The Parliamentary Finance Committee is not the legal arm. They are not the main focus that we have, so keep that in mind. It looks like, all in all, when they say they're going to support the country and produce jobs and all that, small, medium, and large enterprises or that private sector is what's going to be able to do that. And that's what we're all talking about. We've been talking about it for months and months, but now when the IFC comes into play, the World Bank group comes into play, and we have the finance ministry signing deals. We saw that in the last video that the United States Treasury came in and has applied some pressure in the sense of, let's get this done. We need to move forward. Maybe the reason why Al-Amiri was upset and complaining and didn't like the USA there was because they didn't get their job done. So basically the United States Treasury and the components for the electronic data systems that we're going to see throughout the world and in Iraq for facilitating a level playing field in trade is underway. And all of this is part of it. It says that the Minister of Finance added in her speech, the ministry has also been activating bilateral agreements between Iraq and various international financial institutions that support the establishment of a balanced and sustainable financial and economic system, since Iraq possesses the requirements of a strong economy. That's a huge paragraph. Tells you right there that signing of the deals in the past. You can come to Patreon, you can look those up, the IFC, just do a little search there in the toolbar. You'll grab all the articles with the IFC. You can type in World Bank, get the same information. It's simple to use. Come check us out at Patreon. And by the way, today we did an audio from the crew members and from our Discord chat room last night, today. What I did was gave a little bit of information for everybody to come check out. I put that public, so you can go get that for free if you choose to get an idea of why we're here and why we believe that we give you value to come in and get a good education. And that's what it's all about. It's just to educate, to help people, and get everybody on the same page, hopefully at the end, and maybe into a transition to a different phase once this process is complete. So it's exciting, and we look forward to seeing you there. The Ministry of Finance is moving steadily towards optimal development of economic goals by promoting optimal opportunities to attract investment from infrastructure projects, correcting the course of the fiscal policy in light of the current economic challenges. So basically, they're looking for to promote the optimal opportunities and the development goals so that they can build out an infrastructure because Iraq has been destroyed and war-torn. They're going to need the IFC, International Financial Corporation. Look it up. Look what their main business is taking countries to the private sector. It's phenomenal. So anybody that says this will never happen, it's not going to happen, it's a scam, they're misleading you. That's all there is to it. This country's going international, and there's no two ways about it, and we support that, and we have documents to support it in the sense of all the news articles that we get from the arena, the global arena, which also includes the Central Bank of Iraq, the government of Iraq, and on and on. So chambers of commerce, all of those things. You can actually probably, if you have a business that you're interested in doing in Iraq, you could probably get a hold of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and you could also get a hold of the Iraqi Chamber of Commerce and find out that there's a lot going on, and it's going to be a big process. So one of the things that also said it, but the first deputy, Muin Al-Kazimi today, he says that Saturday there's information we received from the Ministry of Finance stating that the instructions and allocations, which will be launched tomorrow, Sunday. So the instructions for the budget will be launched tomorrow. It says the budget is approved, the funds are available, and the instructions for the implementation are ready, and the obstruction was the appeals submitted by the government, and the federal court approved 6 paragraphs of them. And he goes on to say that the federal court suspended the implementation of 6 paragraphs of the law, while the other 72 articles that are enforceable and will be implemented. The government, he goes on to say that the government is in dire need to implement the ministries and provinces and government program, and there's no impediment to the launch of the financial allocations. There's no impediment, so there's no stopping it. So that's really a fascinating situation. Okay, young man, come here. Let's go. There you are. Okay. Anyway, exciting times for the young guy. So back to that, I guess the bottom line of there was that the budget was approved, the funds are available, instructions for implementation are ready, the obstruction was the appeals, there's no impediment to it, the implementation of the paragraphs and laws were ratified, if you will, and they're ready to go. So let's see how the next stage goes with it. The last part was, though, on that was the ministry has also been activating the bilateral agreements, so we went over that. His Excellency, the Governor of the Central Bank, Mr. Mohsen Al-Alak, received a delegation from the International Finance Corporation, so we all know that. But that was back on the that was on the 14th of July. So basically, he's met, and I reiterated that Al-Sudani met. He received the board of directors of the International Finance Corporation, and his basis was that we're doing this. They established the Riyadh Bank for trade, and they're implementing it during the next 3 years. So is it just getting started? It's going to be a long process. 3 years when he says that. It's because the 2023, 24, 25 budget are for 3 years. So I started this out with those three people, the finance ministry, the Central Bank of Iraq, the Prime Minister's office, all dealing with the IFC and the World Bank Group, all going for bringing the country to private sector, and you have it before your eyes. I would suggest everybody come into Patreon and take a look at that. It's for real. And lastly, let's see, the Parliamentary Finance Committee. Yeah, the deputy, he confirmed the launch of the governance allocations tomorrow on Sunday. Al-Kadhimi says that the allocations of the ministries of the province from the budget are scheduled to be released tomorrow on Sunday. The budget is being implemented with exception of some materials for which the state order was issued, and it was frozen until the final decision is issued. And he goes on to say that the Parliament presidency assigned the Parliamentary Legal Committee to cooperate with the Finance Committee to provide the necessary clarifications to the federal court regarding the state decision. So earlier on I talked about that decision. Basically that's what they're saying, is that this is all tied in. So this guy here, he's talking in articles, and he's talking on TV, and he's out in front today talking about the fact that they're confirming the launch of the governance allocations tomorrow on Sunday. My point here is, though, is that the allocations can be put out, but spending from those allocations can take time. And spending allocations is going to require, in our belief, an exchange rate. Until they prove us wrong, they haven't done it yet. They haven't done a 1310, 1320, or 1305 rate, or change the official exchange rate. But here's the key thing, is that a lot of people are hung up on that this budget's going to work at 1300 and it's already in the Gazette and all those different things. In Patreon, one of our crew members who has vast experience in finance, that's what his profession was prior to retiring, has done a wonderful job in Patreon, in the Discord group. We have different rooms that you can go into, and the resource room, resources are going to be for now and after this goes down. That's what we'll probably provide for everybody, some guidance on what makes sense and what has common sense. So you might really take into consideration that I've already posted two of the things that he's published on YouTube, just to tell people that, look, there is some real data in Patreon with Militia Man and Crew, with having that 50, 60 years of collectively of experience from professionals, whether it's the medical profession, whether it's the military profession, whether it's real estate profession, or whether it's just general business overall, and day-to-day experience. Could be construction. People know about contracts, all of that stuff. We got a collective of all that in our room. So if you want to take it seriously, even towards the end of this process, because we believe it's coming closer to an end and into a transition to something completely different, a whole new beginning, come check it out. It could be beneficial for you. So take that into consideration. It's a fascinating time. Everybody should be excited this weekend. And basically what my belief is, with the Finance Minister, Taif Sami, Al-Alak, and Al-Sudani all working together in this country to get them to a private sector and into the international arena, is right before our face now. So it's really good. So thank you very much, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our little chat this afternoon. And please do your thing, subscribe, hit that like button. And if you would like to keep this content going, please join us and hit that donate button if that's what you care to do to keep this place running. Thank you so much. Once again, guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this content. Subscribe to the channel or join us at the Militia Man and Crew Patreon community for even more exclusive content. You can also donate to this channel by hitting the links in the banner to help keep this page up and running. Your generous support is greatly appreciated, as always. Much, much appreciated. Thank you so much and have a great day.